Shalom, shalom. First thing we want to do is give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Kakadash. Double honors to Apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, you brothers, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. So, really, this is inspired by me really getting got on. About really just having discipline, man. Because me personally, I had terrible spending habits, and really, it's not good to have terrible habits, because if you can't control how you do certain things, you can actually be detrimental to somebody else, and your like the scriptures also talk about a little leaven the whole lump. You can actually spread your habits to another brother, because another brother see what you doing and how you operating, and he said he'll think what you doing is okay, and he'll adopt those same habits that you once had, that you have, and now he dealing with it because he looking up to you, and he think, okay, well, if he doing it, I could do it too. When we got to look at the whole picture of everything. We just can't think about yourself, and gratifying your flesh all the time, because really that's what it is, really you really want to have a nice little play money and save money. You never know, a rainy day or a brother may need some help, or let's say even with you want to have good eating habits. You don't want to just continue to just destroy yourself. You know what I mean? That's really what we're doing. I've been getting on myself about that as well,
Yeah, because the scriptures say do things in moderation.
God.
Everything should be thought in consideration of yourself or another person, man. Because if you overdo certain things, man, it tell you too much. Like in the scripture in Proverbs, it tell you he that eat too much of honey. Like you got to take everything in moderation, man. You will throw it up, man. Yeah. That's why, when you in this truth, it's not just about yourself. It's also about the next brother next to you, man, because he's looking up to the things that you're doing, and he can also take on them bad habits, or you can put that brother in a situation because you drunk, or you can't control your anger, or anything, and even inside of the public, man. Remember, the scriptures say, walk with wisdom with them or without, man.
Have a good report.
Have a good report with them or without. Right. So when you have that good report, you got to show that great discipline no matter what level or what part of life that you in, man.
So always stand out. Yeah. You got the scripture right?
Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Right. So that's like, you how you gonna defend a city and you ain't got no walls? No control, no self-control. Like that's why the scriptures say anger resteth in the bosoms of fools as well, man. Because you get quick to anger. You ain't got when you angry, you can't think with a clear head. You got all this testosterone, but you can't control it. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, Broly, his problem was he had all his power, he couldn't control it because he got too angry. Yeah. His emotions got the best of him, So what's the point of having all that power and not being able to control it? You know what I mean? What's the point of no? Yeah, what's the point of having money and not knowing how to spend it?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You got it, but you blowing it and not putting it to good use.
Yeah. Even like when you go to war, you see most kings when they go to war, just because they lose the battle don't mean they lost the war. Right. Just because you lose in a certain amount of time or when they attack you doesn't mean that the fight is over with, man. Right, and we take a lot of L's, man. But guess what? We gonna get that. Really, it's not L's, man. Because at the end of the day, if we get that W at the end, it was just a triumph stage. So that's what you gotta learn when it come down to when you learn how to control your desires. Because we have a lot of desires, man. especially in this world, man. But I got that Proverbs.
The flesh is a motherfucker,
Yeah.
man. You know, you may get sad and you know you want to go drink. You go spend money on drink. Then you hungry. Then you go do this. Then you go. You mad. You cuss this person out. You cuss that person out. Now you losing your job because you know it's something that was so simple that really wasn't even that serious, and you let it get under your skin, and next thing you know, you losing your job because you just a angry black man. You know what I mean? And it's not even, it don't even be that serious, man. You know, blow something up to make a major problem out of something that's minute. That's like a lot of guys that fall out the truth. A lot of them fall out because they can't take rebuke. They don't know how to control their spirit, man.
Yeah.
They don't know how to sit back and actually examine themselves and see whether the work what's been told to them is correct, you know?
I got a precept for you.
Okay.
It's Proverbs 25 and 15. But long forbearing is a prince persuadeth, and a soft tongue breaketh the bones, man. So they say, a soft answer turn away wrath. So when you going and trying to pick your battles, especially when you drunk or someone out, 2/3, they don't know how to control their spirit. 2/3, they just wicked. So no matter how you put in that situation, you have to diffuse the situation, man. Like the brother said, man. Hey, in the book of Sirach, it say when the blow out the coals, you don't inflame the coals, man.
I say it's better to spit on the fire.
Spit on the fire.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to inflame something. Now you putting yourself in a situation that you didn't even have to be in, man.
Right, that's like the scripture say, kind words turn away wrath.
Yeah.
You know, you find yourself, I got pulled over today, and the lady say, "What was all that for?" I got pipes and stuff on my car. She pulled up, and she said, "What was all that for?" And I looked at her and I smiled. I said, "I'm sorry." I was parked. She turned around and came down the street when I was parked and everything, but she came back up on bullshit. So what you gonna be angry and be like, "Well, I'm parked. I ain't did nothing." No, it ain't about that, man. Plus the scriptures also tell you to agree with your adversary speedily, man. Mm-hmm. This not our kingdom, man. So, you got to move with wisdom. You got to be able to control yourself in situations, because if you can't control yourself and, have rule over your spirit, you'll find yourself in a quagmire.
Yeah, you'll find yourself in situations that it's a snowball effect. Mm-hmm. It starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger till now it's rolling downhill.
Let's say you get locked up. And now your bond $10,000, and brother got to come up with the 10% because you couldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You decided you got so fucked up that you was okay to drive home and you couldn't drive home. And now you got DUI. Or even getting a car accident, and now you ain't got no insurance to get your car fixed, and now you got to come to brothers to help get your car fixed. And that trickles down to the body.
Yeah.
Hey, the scriptures talk about if one member suffer, we all suffer.
That's right.
Because we brothers, you're going to get cussed out about it because it wasn't wise, but don't think Jake's still not going to help you. But at the point being is you putting other brothers in situations or you can put other brothers in situations because you're not thinking clearly, or you can't control yourself.
Hey, and we all have been in these situations. We still felt like we not big. We not too big. Hey, I'm not gonna be on the camera and be like, well, I conquered that shit.
Nice.
No,
yeah.
I'm still fighting certain things to this day. But that's the point of discipline. You have to learn how to control those things and situations so that you get better in it.
That's the experiences.
That's experiences. I got one more verse on this though, because I said it earlier. This Proverbs 25 and 16. Have thou found honey? Eat so much as it suffice for thee, lest thou be full therewith and vomit it up, man. And sometimes, man, being in your pleasure or being in too much things that you desire in, and you will find yourself slowly hurting yourself even more.
Say he that can contend in small things shall fall little.
Man. And it's the little things. You'll find yourself, you drinking too much, or you eating too much food, or you
going
just
out trying
you
to get
going
on
out
bitches
partying
too
too
much,
much,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
That shit rub off on your spirit to a point that you find yourself lacking in other things. Meaning you not doing your videos,
You're not reading.
you not reading,
You get carnal.
you get carnal.
And then brothers can see it because you come around and it's like a what they say, there's a ripple in the force.
Yeah.
You know, like and a Jake could look over at you and be like, "What's wrong with you?" You know, when you get around brothers, you know, we speak of spiritual things. You know, I just like the scripture say, our conversations in the heavens. You know, but you get around a brother that just always on bullshit and always in the world. That's what he gonna talk about.
Yeah.
That's what this whole conversation gonna be. Oh, I did this, or I did that, or I was out last night with this bitch. You trying to go out? You trying to go to the club? You trying to do this? You trying to do that? You trying to do this? You know, hey, look, like even my women, they know, like I don't go to clubs. I don't do that type of shit, man. You know, because it's a whole spirit that come with that shit, man. I might go to a lounge, sit down and eat, but I get vexed sitting down there eating, looking at these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, especially the women that come
Oh,
on.
they man, fat bitches. But I seen a fat bitch yesterday. I was trying to give me some garlic parmesan wings and a margarita. I went into it's a spot in my corner. Man, the fat big beluga whale, this big ass sperm whale, this big ass motherfucking man. She came out stomach big, but she had like the lingerie on with panties on, and all her little fat meat was hanging out the sides. You know, hey, look, that's a vexation, man. But hey, did I go up to that woman and be like, "You fat bitch"? You know, because there's people out here that are actually, you know, do shit like that, man. But these people don't have no control over their spirit, man. These people feel like they can do what they want. You can't tell them nothing. They don't
Do as I will.
they doing it that right. They speaking evil of dignitaries. They don't like authority. You know, and the world is set up to always have an authority. The Lord sets up people to rule over things so the earth can have the order, man. It's order in the animal kingdom, ants, the military, you know, whales, sharks,
Shit, at your job.
fishes, your job. You know, you listen to your boss, but you telling me you won't listen to the men of the Lord. Your boss tell you, your boss will damn near cuss your ass out about something. But here it is, you got a brother telling you something that you need to correct in the most calmest, nicest way. And next thing you know, you a fucking scoffer. That's because really, you, for one, you was a fucking piece of shit anyways. And two, you couldn't control your spirit, man.
For me, looking into it is really because you lack wisdom, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, because it say wisdom, let's say wickedness enter into a malicious soul. Wisdom cannot enter into a malicious soul. So when you get that wisdom, wisdom gonna try you, man. It's gonna put you in certain situations to see what type of man you are. Because like the brother said, through the abundance of your heart, a man speak. So where your heart is, your treasure shall be there also. So when you speaking nothing but wickedness, or you get proud and you can't be told shit, all that wickedness come out of you. Instead of humbling down, putting that fear upon you.
I had to slap the shit out of my son for that. He
Yeah.
always got something to say. It ain't about answering again. You know, a lot of Jake don't understand that. I mean,
That's true.
You can't, you know, a lot of times you just gotta shut the fuck up.
You ain't even gotta say con.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes even saying con will get you in trouble, man.
You know what I'm saying? You really just gotta sit there and listen to it, you know, and take the I just got rebuked literally 15 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? But it was a legit rebuke. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's above correction, man. Hey, look, the Lord gonna get his message across however he do it. You know what I'm saying? And then I would not more to do it by the men that you care about, man.
Yeah.
Brothers you love, man. That's love, man. You seeing a brother doing some dumb shit and you don't correct him. How you gonna call him your friend, your brother, and you see him doing dumb shit and you won't correct him on his dumb shit? That's not a real friend. That's not a real brother.
That's fucked
You know, that's fucked up. You see your brother making these dumbass mistakes and you just let him keep busting his shit.
All right, appreciate it. This is Sirach 4:17. It say, For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him and torment him with her discipline, until she might trust his soul and try him by her laws,
They
man.
say torment.
Yeah.
That means, nigga, you gotta shape up. She putting that, no, you can't do that. No. You
And-
do it this way.
And Jake wonder why they be catching so much hell.
Cause they ain't listen.
Cause hey, and I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I know I went through my trials and tribulations, and there's been plenty of times when a man of the Lord, or even it don't even have to be a man of the Lord. Sometimes it could be a nigga in the world will tell you something. Sometimes, because you gotta remember, the Lord put his spirit upon all flesh. When the Lord want to correct you on something, man, trust me, you have to take heed to certain things when people say it, man. Especially the men of the Lord. Because you got to remember, them the man that you fight with and live with and battle with every day. So they know you. They reading your spirit.
And I had a whole female. Now, something I used to say a lot, man, it's almost over. Don't even worry about it. Or something on that term. And this was something that I just tell the Lord, me and the Lord. I was in a car with a female, and she said it. Don't worry about it. Then she said my real name, my government, and she was like, it's almost over. Don't even worry about it. It's almost over. And she snapped out of it and said, I don't even know what made me just say that. She didn't even know why she said it. And I was feeling fucked up, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, I get sick and all type of pain and shit came over me. But the Lord reminded me, like, don't worry about it. It's almost over. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord literally jumped. He made a fucking donkey talk. You know what I mean? And like, who are you to answer against the Lord, man? You don't know who the Lord to jump on somebody just to see how humble you're going to be and if you're going to really listen. You know? Hey, when you really think something is being carnal, that's when it's the spiritualist. You know? Like, I was going to end class. And then I was telling this brother, just go home, ain't nobody came. And then the brother pull up, and just for me to get correction, really for me to get correction on something that he's good at, that I don't have a lot of experience in doing, but he's very proficient in it, just to get corrected on what I was doing wrong. You know? And that's the Lord, man. That's how the Lord works. You know? You know, and it be the spirit, man. You don't get your panties in a bunch, man, so much. You know, Jake get cussed out and they just take shit the wrong way, man. Feel like you can't take them. Get that. The Lord resists the proud. You know, here it is. You know what you say you disciplined, but you can't even. You can't even take getting disciplined. You can't even take. Saying I'm sorry. You can't say you sorry. You gotta be a proud ass nigga to not say I'm sorry. And you know you make mistakes.
You got that? I got it. It's James 4:6.
You got something? Yeah, we gonna end it with your scripture. Man.
I got another piece out of this too, brother. But he give more grace. This James 4:6. But he give more grace, wherefore he said, Yahweh resist the proud, but give grace unto the humble.
Right, so the Lord resists the proud. You feel like can't nobody tell you nothing. You feel like you ain't got to change. You ain't nothing wrong with you. It's been guys that have been around and I didn't heard them say it out their mouth. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't do shit.
Hey, the scripture tell you, he
and that ain't around no more.
He that hardened his neck shall surely be destroyed and without remedy, man. So there's no healing process for you. You shall surely
feel
be
like
destroyed.
ain't nothing wrong with you. You feel like
Especially if you can't be corrected. That's the wrong spirit to be in. That's the wrong spirit to be in, man. Especially when the Lord is trying to show you something, to increase you so you can be a better person, a better man for him. You definitely have to listen to the spirit. You got to tap in. But some people don't listen to the spirit. You know why? Because they self-will. Mm-hmm. Hey, there's Joel 36, and then I'll get to you, Big Rule. Verse 6, it say, he preserve not the life of the wicked, but give right to the poor. He withdraw not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne, yet he does establish them forever, and they exalted. So when you with the Lord shall exalt you in due time, like the scripture just told you, especially you being humble, but being proud, he shall overthrow you. You're going to be wicked, right? Verse 8, and if they be abound in feathers, meaning what? Being feathered, being trapped into this wisdom, and be withholding cord of affliction, then he showed them their works and their transgression that they have exceeded. So the Lord's going to show you the fuck ups, the shit that you done, that you need to be working on, right? Verse 10, he opened also their ears to discipline. So the Lord's going to open to your ears to show you the things that you must need to correct, and commanded that they return from iniquity, man. So the Lord required to you to grow from the bullshit that you thought that you had no control of, that you thought that you was wicked, that you thought that you thought you desired. Because ultimately that's what it really is. We desire so much shit in this world, which we shouldn't, but hey, we does, because it's of the flesh. But we desire so much in this world to a point that you probably don't even desire it no more. When you start correcting it, after you get control of it, you be like, fuck it.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, the closer you get to the Lord, a lot of shit you be like, man, fuck that shit.
Yeah. Scripture tell you with Solomon, like, when you have wisdom, you walk quickly without care. When you got this wisdom, you don't give a fuck about nothing no more, man. You don't give a fuck about money. You don't give a fuck about kids, women. Fuck those things. Don't get me wrong, they are necessary for a comfort. But still, at the same time, what's more...
Use that against you. Use that shit against your ass.
But what's more needful? Teaching this truth. Being in order with the Lord. So, like, you got it.
No. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, I was going to say, because Jay can't get out of their way to even please the Lord. That's why some Jay can't give up the pork. They can't give up the certain customs that the Lord wants you to live by, to come into this faith and renew your spirit. Jay don't want to renew themselves. They want to stay the same.
Because Ephraim can't let that pork go. They said, I was raised on this.
At all.
I'm Puerto Rican, man.
Yeah. I remember a while back when Matt Matati first came to the faith, he had dreads.
He had dreads?
Yeah, he had dreads. Him ain't look good.
Get the shit done. It was cut by the time.
Yeah, because they were all, and I was new in the faith, but I knew dreads was off. You had to put El Diaki on the phone, give him the scriptures. He cut that shit off that day. And that's a heavy demon on Jake. Jake don't want to cut them dreads, man.
His shit was long?
Yeah, his shit was like, you know.
My shit was long. I can't retreat. My shit was
Yeah.
on my back. I cut my shit that day. As soon as they gave me that scripture, I went home, cut that shit off.
But
I had patches and everything.
But listen, the scripture say faith coming by hearing. So he heard and he had faith in me and he cut his hair. But some Jake can't do that shit. Why? Because they don't want to change. You know what I'm saying?
Now.
Yeah, right. This is Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies in living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So you got a service on the Lord, right? So you have to live a disciplined life, or try to somewhat disciplined. You can't be sloppy in the faith, man. You know what I mean? You can't be over here trying to tell somebody to be right, and you ain't right, man.
That's like why thou beholdest the brother's mote, y'all brother's mote, and behold, you have a beam in your eye.
Right.
You know, mote is a little stick, but here it is, you got a big ass beam 2x4 in your shit.
You know, because it's all about discipline. And somewhere where you lack, you got to understand that the scriptures tell you in the Philippians that you can do all things through Yahushua that strengthens you. All things, not just some things. Not just because I'm going through this and that. No, all things. It just goes with belief. So you got to believe that you can display yourself in this certain area, all right, that you may struggle with, that another brother may excel at. You should take notes from him. And then there will be something he's struggling with that you excel at. He take notes from you, advice from you. All right, and through prayer and discipline. All right, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by renewing your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So you want to present yourself as perfect. Perfect means to be whole. All right? The scriptures talk about balance. You want to be balanced in his faith. All right, you want to use the world, not abuse it. So you want to do the best you can just to wiggle through this place. All right, and get beamed up in a chariot, man. All right, the Lord said, "Give us this day our daily bread." That means this word and the things we got to earn in this world to survive. All right, so you don't want to be too much over here and too much over there, and it's off balance. You just want to have that steady balance. All right, just enough. The scripture say what it say. Don't give me too much.
That I'll give you too little.
Yeah, too little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to have too much or too little. You want to be at that balance, man. All right, so that you can do exactly what you need to do, and you don't be over righteous. You don't overdo this. You just got just enough, and you do the will of the Father. Yahweh Shai, he was all about his Father's business. He said, "My meeting is to do the will of my Father." So we all about the Lord's business. But in the meantime, we got to work on ourselves individually. That's why you present yourself as a living sacrifice. The scripture say you die daily. You have to constantly kill off where you weak at. All right? You got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, with that, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity above.
Above.